All right, I am starting out with a piece here. It's about 4.5 inches long and 2 inches square. I took two of the jaws out of the chuck. We're gonna mount it in there and drill into it with a Forstner bit. We're gonna make a little birdhouse ornament. So this is gonna be the hole on the side of it. And then we're gonna put the jaws back in and remount it here in just a second. So today I'm going to use EasyWood's new mandrel that mounts in your chuck, and that will be a little bit later on, and I will show you how to get that all lined up and how that works. So put the jaws back in, get it all centered back up, bring the tailstock up, and then we will shape this. So with this project, these are nice little quick projects that make great Christmas ornaments. You can do them in any size you want. I'm using a spindle gouge. Lathe speed's running about 2500. So we'll just get it shaped here, and I'm going to flip it around after I get this part of it done and clean up the bottom of it. So now that it's shaped, I grabbed a Forstner bit that was just a little bit smaller. So depending on what size, I'm not sure what size Forstner bit it is. So it completely depends on what size you're going to make. So just pick one that, gives you a little bit of wall space there. Get it all cleaned out, and then we'll flip it around in the chuck. Help support the companies that support our community. So before I spin it around, went ahead and ran through all the grits all the way up to 400. Just got it all cleaned up. That way it's just a little bit easier to sand than doing that lip after you flip it around. So I'm going to swap the jaws on this. Again, I keep getting asked. This is an EasyWood chuck. Takes about 10 seconds, 15 seconds to change the jaws. These are the pin jaws. They snap right into place. So we're just going to slide it over there, pull the tailstock up, and then go ahead and finish the bottom of it here. So on the bottom, I put a little bead on there, and then we'll just round over the bottom of it. And again, the lathe speed is still running about 2500. And after I got it pulled away, I just went ahead and again ran through all the grits. Once the tailstock was away, it was a little bit off center, so I just kind of took my time, and I think the video sped up a little bit, but I slowly sanded it. So this is going to be the lid. The first thing we're going to do is get an insert put in it. So you want to start with a Forstner bit to get a nice clean flat surface. This is a piece of redwood, and it's really going to pop once we get the oil on it. So I'm going to use the stainless steel insert. So we're going to use a 7/16 drill bit here. So that little insert, I'm going to put a little bit of 5-minute epoxy on it and get it glued in, just like that. you just fill the hole a little bit with a little bit of that epoxy and press it in. So this is the Easy Wood mandrel. So it goes in your chuck. You don't need to take the chuck out. So it seats right in the chuck, and it will fit in most 4-jaw chucks. So just kind of put it in there, get it set, and then it has a little dimple in the end there. We're going to bring the tailstock up to center it, and then we will tighten it up. So the little pin on your live center slides right into that hole, lines everything up, and then you go ahead and tighten it up. So this is 3/8 The diameter on the back side of it there is the same as like the Niles Bottle Stoppers. So it's really nice for making bottle stoppers, bottle openers, pizza cutters, handles. And the great thing is you don't have to take your chuck off. So I'm bringing the tailstock up, get this all trued up here real quick, and then we will start shaping it. So this is the lid for the birdhouse. So I'm going to make a recess in the bottom of it, and then we'll use the jaws to expand them and finish off the top here in just a minute. So I'm just kind of bringing down some of this material here. So that little collar right there is the same size as the Niles Bottle Stopper. So if you're making a wine stopper, you bring it right down to that diameter and it will fit on there perfect. So I'm going to put a couple of beads on this just to kind of match the base. And then we don't need the whole all of this piece, so I'm going to go ahead and part this off. And then we'll come in from the tailstock side. So measure the diameter of that, transfer it to the piece, and then come in with a parting tool. I'm going to clean up the lip there real quick, and then I'll come in with the parting tool. So we're just going to make a recess. It doesn't need to be very big, just it needs to be deep enough to where you can get the jaws in there to hold on to it and finish off the top. But just kind of took my time, made sure it fit nice and tight. I checked it a couple of times. And then I ran through all the grits on this to sand up that little lip there before I flipped it around. Alright, once I had that done, just unscrew it from the mandrel. And this just pops right out of your chuck. And it has a flute cut on the side of it too if you want to thread your own project kits right onto it. So I'll get the jaws changed. Back to the little pin jaws, and we will finish off the top of this. And for this part, I just used the #1 hollower and just gave it a nice curve all the way around there, and then ran through the grits again on this all the way up to 400. And just a little bit of wood glue to get it on there, and then just kind of pick whichever side you like best and spin it around. Just kind of snapped right on there. and then we'll spin it to a good spot on it, and there we go. Now we'll get some oil on it. So this is Doctor's Walnut Oil. There'll be a link down below in the description for that as well. I just put it into a different bottle. And we're going to use one of our new decorative loops on the top, and that way you can hang it easily. And it threads right into that stainless insert, so you can hang it with a piece of ribbon or cord, whatever you would like. There we go. It is all done. So it's about 4.5 inches long and about 2 1/4 in diameter. So I just put a little cord on it there, and it's out of, I'm not sure what the base wood is. I can't remember which one it is. I know the top's redwood though, but it's a fun little project, and you could do these in just any size, super miniature ones. I used the Forstner bit, so it cleaned out all the material inside of it. I didn't have to hollow it out at all. I will also put a link for EasyWood's new mandrel in the description and in one of the comments as well. So you don't have to take your chuck on and off of the lathe. You can use that mandrel, put it right in your chuck, and you can use it with the jaws or without. I just happen to have mine in it that time, but you don't have to have them, and it will fit most chucks. So even if you have a different 4-jaw chuck, it will fit right in there. So the stud on the back of it is just square, so you can put it into any of them, and it has a flute cut on the side of it too, so if you want to thread your own blank right onto it, it works perfectly. So it's another great addition to the EasyWood lineup. All right, hope you enjoyed the project, and we will see you next time. Take care.